Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about all the scenarios of deleting duplicates. It is a very common interview question also, but we will not talk about just a sample answer of our interview question. We will go beyond that. We will discuss in real time what can be the scenarios, what can be the different methods of deleting duplicates. So watch till video till end, and because if you don't watch till end, you might end up deleting wrong data from production, and that will not be a good thing. So please subscribe to the channel if you have not, and please like my videos if you are liking my content. Okay, so let's start. So I have created this table, transactions table. It has 6 records. Okay, and what is happening here is there are duplicates. If you see there, so in this table, order IDs are repeating, and I'm saying order ID is my primary key. So based on that, these are the duplicates. These 2 records are duplicates, so I need to delete 1 record. Again, for the order ID 2, there are 3 records, right? And again, I have to delete 2 only. I have to keep 1, and 3 is fine. There are no duplicates. Okay, so this is my data. So before you go to delete duplicates, you have to find out what is the primary key, on what basis you are saying there are duplicates. It can be one column, it can be a combination of 2 column. Maybe the combination of order ID and product name is a primary key for you. If there's a primary key in your table, obviously, if there's a primary key constraint, then obviously you can't insert the duplicate data. But sometimes in a modern databases, primary key constraint is not forced. So in that case, we might end up having duplicates. So for whatever reason you have duplicates, so we will talk now how to remove them. Okay, after identifying your primary key, the unique identifier for your table, in my case it is order ID. Now there can be multiple scenarios. So generally speaking, when we design a table, we always have a create time record. This tell me that at what time this record got inserted in my table, right? So if you see for the order ID 1, this record inserted at the different time. This is as 3:34, this is at 3:35, right? So create time is different. Now there can be instance that everything is same. We will talk about it when the absolute full record is duplicate, but let's consider this is more real scenario where you have a timestamp column and you have the insert timestamp. So in this case, what I'm seeing, order ID 1 has been inserted twice, and one of them I don't want. So first I have to decide what I want to keep. Do I want to keep the older order ID, or I want to keep the latest record? So let's say I'm saying I want to keep the latest record, right? I want to delete old record for all the order for order ID 1, or for every order ID I just want to keep the latest record. For order ID 2, there are 3 records, but the latest one is this 338. This is 335, 336, 338. So I want to keep this, and 3 anyway, there are no duplicates. Okay, so how do we go about it? So whenever you are deleting something from a table, right? Obviously, you should take a backup. By mistake, if you have done any mistake, or you might end up deleting wrong records, right? So what I will do, I will say select. I will take a backup. Select star into. This is how you take a backup in SQL Server. This is my backup table name. Backup I'm putting. You can keep the date also. Generally, I keep the date also in my backup table so that I know what days I have taken the backup. Okay, insert into transaction. So, but I'm just removing it for now. Otherwise, I will have to type this long name. So I will keep it from transactions. So now I have a backup table. Okay, so you can see. Sorry. You will have the same 6 records here also. So I have the backup. Now, whatever I do in my transactions table, I'm okay. I mean, no issues, right? Even if I do something wrong, I can take data back from there to my original table. Okay. So this is my step one. Step one is take backup of original table. Now original table backup is there. Let's go to the step two. And the step two, what we are going to do, we are going to delete duplicates, right? We are going to delete duplicates. So to delete duplicates, there are two ways, right? First, I will tell you how to delete duplicates using delete command. Okay, so what I will do, first I will find which records are duplicate based on my primary key. So for that I will say select order underscore id, comma, count 1 as number of records from my transaction table group by order id. So I'm grouping on order id and filtering on records which have count greater than 1, right? So order id 1 and 2 should come here, 3 should not come. So if you see 1 and 2 are coming, it is saying there are 2 number of records, and for 2 there are 3 number of records. So here we got the order IDs for which I need to delete data, right? I will just run this again. Okay, now what I will do, I will, so just look at my delete statement now. So I will take order ID, minimum of create time, right? So now for order ID 1 and 2, I will get the record with minimum create time and I will delete it, right? I don't want records for these order IDs which have count greater than 1. I don't want minimum create time. I want the maximum one. So if I run this, I will get the minimum ones for both the order ID and I will delete this record. How I will delete? I will say delete from transactions where order underscore ID, comma, create underscore time in, and this will be my subquery, right? So now what will happen? It will say wherever you find this order ID, sorry, this I will remove, this is not required. Wherever you find this order ID and minimum of create time pair, right? Wherever you find 1 and this time, 2 and this time, delete all those records, right? Right? So I will run this now. Okay, so I just realized this syntax doesn't work in SQL Server. In some of the databases it works. You can give a pair of columns in the where clause and same pair you can give in the inner query or the pair value and it works. But here it doesn't work. So what we will do using a inner join. So this is how the syntax is: delete t from transactions. My bad. Okay, I will alias is at t. See, for transactions table, I am giving alias t and I am saying delete from t. Delete t, inner join. I will do an inner join with this. Basically, these records I need to delete, right? These records I need to delete. I will take, I will give an alias also here. Just a minute. Inner join this. Sorry. Okay, inner join this and we'll give alias create time. Okay, so all these records I need to delete. Hmm? So A, this is alias of inner query on A dot order underscore ID equal to T dot order underscore ID and A dot create time equal to T dot create time, right? So I will just show you again. These records are duplicate, and for those duplicate records, I want to delete the record with minimum create time. So on the transaction table, I am doing an inner join. Then all those records whose order ID is 1 and create time is this, delete it. Order ID 2, create time this, delete it. So I have put a join condition on order ID and create time also. So what will happen now if I run this? Two rows are affected because we had 6 records, right? Now 4 records are there. So for order ID 1, we have now only 1 record. The other record got deleted. Now the problem here is for order ID 2, we had 3 records and still 2 records are there because only the minimum create time record we deleted, right? If I run this query again, still I will find one duplicate, right? So order id 2, again duplicate is there. So what I will do, I will delete, I will run this again, and now that one row also got deleted, and this is how you remove the duplicates. So now I have order id 1 2 3, there are no more duplicates. I hope this was clear. In this scenario, the in this approach, the only problem is if there are more than two duplicates, you have to run multiple times this query. Otherwise, if there are only one duplicate, you can run it once and that's it. Okay. Now we will move on to the next approach. Okay. So what I will do, I will just create the data again because I deleted the duplicates, right? So what I will do, this is also a useful thing. I will delete from the original table everything, and then I will say insert into transactions, select star from, remember we have the backup. Okay, so 6 rows, we got it back. If I run this, I again inserted the data with duplicates. Okay, now we will move on to the second approach. First approach is done. Second approach is using row number. So in this approach, what we are going to do, we will find a row number based on the our primary key. Let me do this. Select star comma row underscore number over partition by. I will do a partition by on order ID because I want to do on order ID, right? If your primary key are two columns, you can take two columns here, order ID and product name. Let's say your primary keys are two column, you can put this. And in this also, what you can do, you can have here, so in the order ID, you can have here product ID also or product name, whatever combination, and in group by also you can have both the columns. And when you are doing delete here, you have to put join again. Here you have to take product name also, and in the join condition also you have order ID, product name, and create time. So whatever primary columns you have, 2 3, you can take all. I am showing example with the one primary key column. Okay, so row number partition by order ID, order by create time, descending. Okay, as Rn. So what will happen? The latest record that we have to keep, right? The latest record that we have to keep will get row number 1, and everything else will get row number something else, right? So if I run this from transactions, okay, let me run it now. So if you see for order ID 1, the latest record that we have to keep got 1. Again for order ID 2, the row number is 1. Everything else is 2, 3 or something else. And for order ID 3, RN1. Which means we just have to keep orders with row number 1, and everything else we don't need it. So what I will do, I will use backup table here. We have the backup table, right? And the original table we can just truncate. We can just delete everything. Delete from delete from transactions. So there is no data in transactions table now, right? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to say insert into, okay, and insert into. Here I will put a filter where select from. This is my inner query on the backup table A, where Rn equal to 1. So give me only those records where Rn equal to 1, right? Now here I want to select star, correct? If I do select star, that Rn column will also come, and I don't want Rn column, so I will have to give column names here. So if we look at our table, so in our table, uh, select star from transactions. We have order ID, order date, product name, order amount, create time. So select order underscore ID, comma, order to date, comma, product to name, comma, order amount, comma, create time. So I need all these columns, and from the backup table I want all the records where row number equal to 1. So if I run this and if I check our table, select star from transactions, we will have 3 records. I hope this is clear. So again we have 3 records with the latest create time. So this is another way of removing duplicates. In this we had taken the backup anyway, and the original table we just removed all the data, and from the transactions backup table we took the unique records for each primary key combination. Hope this is clear. So this we covered two method when we have a create time, and we can differentiate records based on create time at least. Now what if there is no column which can differentiate two rows, that they are absolutely pure duplicates. There are two records with everything same. Okay, so we will move on to that. So what we are going to do, we are going to create our data again. So I'm going to delete from transactions. Again I will say insert into transactions, select star from transactions underscore break. I'm just creating the data again to show the other example. Okay, so what I will do now for transaction table, what I will do, I will update this create time to current time so that everything will be same, right? Update transaction set create time equal to get date. If you see, we have pure duplicates. These and these two rows are absolutely same. Okay, in this case, this will not work. Whatever we have done, right? Because what will happen? The time is same. So if I run this query now, from this query we were identifying the duplicates and create time. So everything will be deleted because create time is same for all the records. For the ID one, there are two records for both. Create time is same, so minimum create time is also coming same. And if I delete this using join, both the records of one and all three records of two will be deleted. So that will not work in this case, right? In this case, what we can do, we can purely do distinct. So select star from transactions. Right. So if I do distinct star from transactions, because this is pure duplicate, it will give me three rows only. 1, 2, 3. So what I can do again, I can use backup table and I can delete data from my original table. Now I will say insert into transactions, select distinct star from backup. And now if I do from transaction. Sorry, so in transaction backup, I didn't update that. So I need to put that update statement for transaction backup also, right? Uh, Sorry for that. I think it is little bit confusing for now. But what I'm going to do, I will take backup again, right? But I have deleted the data from backup table. So what I will do, I will update this also, right? Because we are talking about pure duplicates. Update transaction backup set create time equal to get. Okay, now we should be good. So I will do delete from. I'm going to delete everything from transactions table and then insert into. And if I do select distinct star here, I have three records and I can insert it. So this is how we can remove duplicates in case of pure duplicate, right? We have three records. We can use row number here also. So whatever approach we used here, this also we can use. That will also work. That will also work. So if I run here again, so I'm running on transaction backup which has duplicate. So if you see, the only one record is getting one, then two, again one, two, three. So this approach will work in both the cases. Even if you have a create time or not, this approach will work. Okay. So I hope this was useful. You can repeat the video and see it again. I got stuck in couple of times. Thanks for watching and do like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.